Hello, my lovelies. So, as you can see today, I am coloring my hair a new color, and I'm already starting to think that I'm going to regret it, and I've just put the first coat on. But that's okay. I mean, it's just hair, right? And everybody around here knows that I'm a goofball, so if I mess it up too badly, they're just gonna be like, oh, she messed up again. Ha ha, that's classic of her. It's a brown, but I'm not sure how it's going to mix with the red. And I don't think it's going to mix well, but I'm gonna put my second coat in a few minutes, leave it, do what I have to do, and then I will put a picture up of the final result, and you can laugh all you want. That is okay. Like I said, I'm pretty laid back about these things. I mean, it's just hair, and you know, mistakes are made. But today I thought I'd come with you, or to you, with a am I the asshole story. So I want you to pay close attention to some of the things I say, because it's very imperative to the story and the details. And of course, it's a personal story, not something that I'm reading off of Reddit or anything like that. This is a personal life story. So, okay, I'm married. Everybody knows this. And my husband's parents are still alive, as are mine. And his father is about 85 years old, and his mother is 70, 71, I'm not sure. Anyway, they're getting up in age. And when my youngest was born, immediately they started helping. And I didn't expect it, but it was a pleasant surprise. And at that time, I was working out of the home full time. Now that changed almost 2 years ago. August of May, 2 years ago. So that changed roughly around 2 years ago, and I began working at home. So I still wanted my son to have a relationship with his grandparents. So anytime she asked for him to come over, I was more than happy. Unless we had plans, we basically gave her everything she wanted. And still to this day, I allow him to go over to visit about once a week, sometimes twice a week, if she's available to do so. Only if she requests. Now, I never call and say, hey, mother-in-law, can you watch my youngest son? Never, because I'm staying at home right now. But I want them to retain a close relationship with him. And I know they can't just jump in the vehicle and head over to my home because A, it's quite a bit away. B, the husband or my father-in-law has a lot of health problems. And C, well, he's 85 years old. It's just not feasible. So I take it upon myself that it's my responsibility that if she wants to see her grandson, that I get in my vehicle, either me or my husband get in our vehicle and we take him over and make sure that he gets home safely. It just seems fair because of all the things I just mentioned. Okay, into the story. Now that you've kind of got the premises of the background and everything, you know, in your mind, here we go. So the other day, my mother-in-law called my husband. She always calls my husband. Rarely calls me. I think my husband and I have been together almost 6 years, and I think she has called me maybe 3 times. So anyway, she called my husband. He was at home. I was cooking dinner. He was sitting in here playing with the baby. And, you know, he picked up, it's like, hey, and she's like, how are you doing? She always starts out with, how are you doing? How's everybody doing? How's my little grandbaby? How are the other kids? How's everybody doing? Now, I need to point out that she does not have a close-knit relationship with my other two, but they're older. I mean, they see each other and they're pleasant with each other, but it's not close like my youngest. So, but she does ask about them. So that's, you know, and they do ask about her. They don't see each other a lot, but they do, you know, because of school and whatnot, but they do show concern about each other. So, got that out of the way. Anyway, she asked when our youngest was going to be coming back over. And my husband responded like he always does. When is it, you know, comfortable for you? When can you do, you know, a visit? Because I need to point out, just recently, my father-in-law went to the doctor and found out that he has a bilateral ear infection, which means an infection in each ear. And one ear was close to compaction. So, you know, I said, look, don't force anything on them. He's on medications right now. He's not feeling too well. You know, let it be on her time and her comfort level. So he was like, Mom, what's comfortable for you? And she said, well, I can do it in a couple days after your dad's been on the medicine for a while. Okay, that's fine. And she says, now this is where it kind of changed tone. And you'll see. She says, so you want me to watch the baby in a couple days? And he's like, no, I thought you wanted to spend time with your grandson. And she responds, well, I'm watching him for you. And he responds, no, my wife is at home. She can watch the baby. She just wants you to have time with your grandson if it's comfortable. To which she got upset and said, you're undermining what I'm doing for you. I'm doing you a favor and you're undermining it. I'm sorry if you see my son in the background. He's the oldest. He's having a nap. Had his braces tightened, kind of having a rough day, letting him sleep it off. Anyway, my husband said, no, my wife stays at home. We appreciate everything you do, but this is for you to have quality time with your grandson and bonding time between my father-in-law and yourself with, you know, the baby. He said, because that's something, you know, she even, you know, begged us in the beginning, please don't cut us off just because we're older in age, in which I told him, I said, I would never do that. That's not my nature. And I've held true to those words ever since. We've invited them out to eat. I've brought them over to the house to cook dinners for them. You know, I try to, you know, anytime I think that, you know, oh, they've gone a little while, he's been sick, he hasn't been able to see his grandson, or he hasn't felt well, I will even go and pick them up, or my husband will, and bring them over, and I'll have dinner cooked. And I'll be like, why don't y'all go in there, sit down at the living room, and, you know, prop your feet, play with the baby, and don't worry about things, don't lift a finger. I will do everything myself. Well, I overheard the conversation, and I came in to the living room, and I was like, excuse me, no, she's not watching my baby for me. I'm letting her have quality time with her grandson, with their grandson, not just her grandson, their grandson. I mean, she is married. And she said, basically, she didn't call me an asshole, but she never would, but she said that I was being selfish and not appreciating her for her work, and that she was there for me when I gave birth, and that I don't appreciate what she's done. And I've always told her, every time I see her, I tell her, mother-in-law, I appreciate you for everything you've done, and I appreciate, you know, your help, and the fact that, you know, you are in our youngest son's life, and, you know, and I try to show appreciation. Come over to my house, I have a hot meal on the stove, and I don't mean like small meals like hot dogs and hamburgers. I mean like roasts and like really expensive meal, steaks, stuff like that. I like pull out the big stuff, tenderloins, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, I try to show my appreciation a lot, and, you know, by saying I appreciate you, which, you know what they say, actions speak louder than words. So I try to show my appreciation as well. Well, she got upset, and she said that, in short, basically, as I took it, I'm an asshole for not appreciating her for what she's doing and the sacrifice it takes for a 70-something-year-old woman to watch a 3-year-old with special needs. And my thing is, I'm not the asshole because I'm not expecting her to watch him. I'm letting them spend time with him, their grandson with special needs. And that I do it on her clock, on her requests, on her time period. And we don't leave him for very long, just a few hours. I'm not going to say a couple because it means two. And that means two. And no, it's a little bit over two. About 3. And then she said before that's her limit. And then either myself or my husband will go and pick him up, depending on what time it is. If it's later in the evening, it'll be my husband, because I'm cooking dinner by the time then, trying to get stuff together. If it's earlier, then I will, because my husband's at work and he can't just take off and just be like, hey, I'm going to pick up the baby. So it falls on my shoulders, which I'm more than happy to do. So comment below. Am I the asshole? please do not attack my in-laws. They are great people. I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Or everybody sucks here. Or nobody's the asshole, which would be rare, but you know, whatever. Or they're the asshole, which, like I said, don't drill that too much. Just make your point and go on. Don't try to start attacking them or anything like that, because he's 85 and she's in her 70s. So please keep that in mind. I just basically have tried to find out, am I the asshole? So comment below, let me know. I will definitely let everybody see how this monstrosity is going to turn out, because I can already tell it's going to be, oh gosh. I still got to put another coat. And then I've got to finish out with the rinse and stuff. And I will show how it looks, and then you can laugh your asses off at how doofy I look, and that is fine. You can tell me I look doofy in my pictures. That's good. The only thing I'd ask is don't start calling me ugly names. Don't make fun of me, you know. I mean, all in good humor, people. All in good humor. I'm good with that. I can take a laugh. I can even laugh at myself. I'm laughing at myself right now. But when it starts turning vulgar and attacking, that's where I start drawing the line. But if you're just having a good laugh at my expense, that is A-okay. I am fine with that. It is hot here where I live. So let me know too, is it hot where you're at? I mean, I don't know. I mean, how hot does it get? And if there's anybody watching from the northern parts of the world, I mean, I'm just kind of curious. Anyway, this is me just being nosy. So let me know how hot it is where you are at right now. Here it's roughly about 90 degrees. It feels about 100. The heat index says it feels about 100, but it's actually about 90, but it's a dry heat. So comment below and let me know, A, am I the asshole? B, does my hair look totally horrible? Or are you excited to see the end result? And C, how hot is it in the area that you're at? I love you all, and I hope to come up with some fresh content again soon. I'm sorry if I keep like running up on the camera. I'm sitting at odd position in my husband's recliner because the couch is completely taken up by my 13-year-old, and I'm just chilling out, messing up my hair, playing some Sims 4 on the PS4, and just living my best life right now. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and I wanted to say the major consensus was that, yes, I am going to do some videos with my youngest coming up soon. So be on the lookout for Baby Lucid making his way onto YouTube very soon. Love y'all. Bye.